So, Michael, I know we're going to be talking about the whole green thing, and this is Michael from Footprinting.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about really sort of the myths about print and green sustainability. Yeah. And I know you've put together a lot of stats there, but why don't you hit us and what are the myths? What's the reality?
Well, the first myth would be that printing is destroying all the forests.
Yeah.
And that simply isn't true. In America alone, we have 18 million more acres of forestry between 1990 and 2022. And that equates to about 1,200 NFL football fields per day.
New growth coming up.
Yes. So, most of these farms, like we had talked about, are family-owned farms, and a lot of them are certified with different organizations, FSC, and a couple other ones. And it's all about stewardship of the forest. Yeah. So, they obviously are running a business as well. So when they cut a tree down, just like any other business.
You got to plant a tree if you're going to stay in business.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So that is number one myth. The second myth that I have here is that paper manufacturing contributes a lot to greenhouse gases or the emissions.
You mean the actual process of the manufacturing?
Of manufacturing the paper. And that is also not true. The fact here is that the paper and pulp industry only contributes less than 1% to the U.S. total emissions. It's actually 0.6% if you want to get into it.
And that would be for all paper being made for just any use. I mean, everything. Okay.
And that's not even just like commercial printing like we're doing. That is for toilet paper,
right.
Any packaging, cardboard boxes. So it's a lot bigger of a scope than just that. Anything that you can think of that's made with paper.
Pretty much anything we do on any given day involves a paper box or certainly toilet paper. But I mean,
yes,
we're surrounded by paper. We need it,
and it's a lot better for the environment than plastic like I have here. So the next myth that I have here is that paper manufacturing uses excessive amounts of water. So there is a lot of water needed in the paper manufacturing process.
Yeah.
But 90% of that water is actually then cleaned and given back. So, and in the final paper product, there's only about 1% of the water that's used to make it that ends up in the product. Some of it evaporates out of that other remaining 9%.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it's not that much water. It requires a lot of water, but that water is fairly clean, easy to then clean the rest of the way and put back out into the world. So that is not true. Another myth we've got: using paper products is wasteful. Ooh, well, paper is recycled more than any other material in the United States. Paper is also able to be recycled 5 to 7 times. So before it, loses its strength and needs more fresh wood pulp mixed in to make the paper. That's why most of the papers that we print with or that we have that are out there, everybody always wants, post-consumer waste, PCW, like 100%. And most papers do have around 10%, most of the papers that we use. And it's because, yes, paper is recycled a lot and it's put back into paper, but you do need the wood pulp for the making of paper. And that's just kind of what most manufacturers are putting 10% of post-consumer waste in there. So that actually brings me to the next one. Only recycled paper should be used to make paper. The next myth. And as I just, explained, 5 to 7 times you can recycle it, but you do need new wood pulp in there to make the paper, to make a strong, sturdy, good paper that's going to last longer. And obviously, after 7 times, the fibers aren't strong.
They're going to be kind of worn out, a little tired.
Yep, too weak to bond.
Yeah.
That brings me to our last and final myth. Paper is a dying industry.
Well, I tell you, I can answer that.
Yeah.
It's been that way for over 20 years from what I hear.
Yes.
I mean, remember when the computers came out? It was going to be a paperless society. It got more papered over, I think. It was easier to make copies, easier to make, even starting there.
And people don't realize how many useful products they use daily that requires paper pulp.
Yeah.
So it is needed. And, if you're going to compare it to other materials that could be used, paper is one of the best one. It's renewable resource. There's plenty of it. We have more forests than we had back in 1990. So it's not like we're destroying all the forests in America. And this goes for other countries too. I was really just looking up the information in America. So there we go.
There we go. You can always learn a lot from a printer, especially this printer, Michael from Foot Printing. And you can learn a lot from watching these videos, and you can see more of them right there on his website at footprinting.com. That's foot with an E, printing.com. Check them out.